There's a silent thief that has been following you your entire life. It's invisible, ruthless, and it steals the one thing you can never get back: time. It distracts you with noise. It blinds you with speed. It makes you live everywhere except here. Right now, as you listen to my voice, it's stealing another second. But what if you could catch it, tame it, and finally take back control? Subtle intensity build. Welcome to hour 1, the beginning of a 10-hour journey, a journey where you reclaim your focus, your peace, and ultimately your life. And it all begins with the power of presence. You open your eyes. The room is quiet, not silent, but alive with soft, hidden sounds. The air conditioner hums faintly. A bird calls in the distance. The early light filters through the curtains in thin golden streaks. For a brief moment, there's nothing but breath, in and out, a soft, steady rhythm. Then, buzz, a vibration against the nightstand, another, a chime. The screen lights up the room like a flare in the dark. Without thinking, your hand reaches for it, almost automatic, muscle memory. Your thumb unlocks the screen before your feet even touch the floor. A message from work, a news headline, a friend's story, a stranger's life. In seconds, your mind is no longer here, in the warmth of your sheets, in the glow of morning light. It's out there, pulled apart like threads unraveling in different directions. You scroll, a video, a headline, another notification. 10 minutes slip by, then 20. The sun rises higher, but you don't notice. You've already stepped into a world that isn't yours. Your morning coffee tastes weaker. Your breathing has quickened. A subtle tightness builds in your chest. It's not stress, not yet, but it's the weight of a scattered mind. This is how distraction works. It doesn't kick down the door. It whispers, gently guiding your attention away one glance at a time. Later that day, you'll wonder why it feels like the day slipped through your fingers, why you were tired before noon, why conversations blurred, why moments passed without leaving any imprint. And you'll tell yourself you were busy, but deep down, you'll know the truth. You were present everywhere but here. This is the cost of unconscious mornings. It happens quietly, without drama. But over weeks, months, years, it carves away your life in tiny, invisible pieces. Today, though, something different is happening. Today, you caught it. You saw how easily presence is stolen. And that awareness, this first spark, is the beginning of change. Because once you see the thief, you can learn how to stop it. What if you could reclaim these stolen moments? What if every day started with clarity instead of chaos? In the next part of this journey, we're going to break down exactly how distraction works, and more importantly, how to disarm it. Introduction to concept. You've seen the thief. You've felt it. The quiet hijacking that happens before the day even begins. But to defeat it, we must understand it. Because distraction isn't just about phones or social media or noise. It's something deeper, something that reaches into the very mechanics of how your mind works. And once you see it clearly, you'll never look at your attention the same way again. The nature of attention. Your attention is like a powerful beam of light. Wherever you direct it, life becomes richer, clearer, alive. But when that beam is scattered, when it's divided between 20 different things, everything fades into a dull blur. Modern life is designed to scatter that light. Notifications, endless feeds, advertisements, constant stimulation. Each one is a tiny hook pulling your awareness away from the present. And here's the key. Your brain learns to follow those hooks. The more it's pulled outward, the less it knows how to rest inward. Think of your mind like a muscle. If all it ever does is jump from one thing to the next, it becomes strong at being distracted and weak at being still. This is why it can feel uncomfortable to sit quietly, even for a minute. Not because silence is threatening, but because your attention is out of shape. The hidden cost of distraction. Every stolen moment of attention has a cost. It's not just productivity, it's presence. Think about the conversations where your mind drifted, the meals you barely tasted, the sunsets you scrolled through instead of watched. None of those moments were meaningless. They were the building blocks of your life, and they slipped by unnoticed. Distraction is not neutral. It steals depth. It replaces real experiences with hollow impressions. Over time, this theft becomes invisible, a constant background hum. You don't notice it's there until one day you look back and realize entire months felt like a blur. That's what living on autopilot does. It turns vibrant moments into static. But presence, true, deliberate presence, reverses this. It sharpens your perception. It makes ordinary things feel extraordinary again. In a moment, we're going to go beyond theory. You're going to step into a space of stillness, not as an idea, but as a lived experience. We'll slow everything down and let the power of presence speak for itself. Why presence is power. Presence is not a luxury. It's the foundation of a focused life. When you're fully here, your mind becomes clear. Your senses wake up. Your thoughts align. In presence, fear shrinks. Creativity expands. Decisions become sharper. You stop reacting to life and start experiencing it. This is why ancient philosophies, spiritual traditions, and modern neuroscience all point to the same truth. Attention determines reality. Where your attention goes, your life flows. The thief thrives in your unconscious moments, but when you bring awareness to the present, the thief has nowhere left to hide. In a moment, we're going to go beyond theory. You're going to step into a space of stillness, not as an idea, but as a lived experience. We'll slow everything down and let the power of presence speak for itself. Guided awareness practice. You've seen the thief. You've understood its tricks. Now, it's time to do something most people never truly do. Stop and be here. This next part isn't about listening. It's about experiencing presence for yourself. Wherever you are, sitting, standing, lying down, find a position where your body can relax, but your mind can stay awake. You don't need to close your eyes, but you can if it helps you turn inward. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Feel the air as it moves down into your chest. Let it expand and exhale gently through your mouth. Let the shoulders drop. Let the jaw unclench. Let the weight of the day begin to slide off your skin. Again, slowly in, gently out. Allow the breath to become a soft rhythm in the background, like the tide moving in and out. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Notice any sensations, warmth, coolness, tingling, nothing at all. Just notice. Gradually scan downward. The forehead, eyes, cheeks, mouth, neck. Each area you bring awareness to, just soften it. No need to control anything, just notice. Move the light of your attention slowly through your shoulders and arms, down through the chest, the back, the stomach. Notice the weight of your body where it touches the chair, the bed, or the ground. Feel gravity pulling you gently downward. Now bring awareness to your legs, all the way to your feet. Notice the texture beneath them. Socks, floor, fabric, air. You are here, entirely, inhabiting the space you're in. For a few moments, let your awareness rest gently across your entire body, from head to toe, as one whole, living presence. Now, shift your focus to your breath. There's no need to breathe a certain way, just notice it. Notice where you feel it most clearly. In the chest, the belly, the tip of your nose. Each inhale rises, each exhale falls. If your mind drifts, and it will, gently bring it back. No judgment, no force, just return. This is mindfulness in its purest form, returning again and again to now. Next, widen your attention. Listen. Notice the sounds around you, close and distant. A hum, a breeze, footsteps, maybe silence itself. Instead of labeling or chasing the sounds, just let them pass through you. Imagine your mind is a still lake, and sounds are ripples on the surface. You don't need to chase them. You simply observe. Finally, allow your awareness to open fully. Feel the body. Notice the breath. Hear the sounds. Sense the space around you. There's no single object of focus now. Just a gentle, spacious awareness of everything happening in this moment. Thoughts may float by, memories, plans. Let them pass like clouds in a vast sky. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness in which they appear. What you just experienced is not new. It's always been here, beneath the noise, waiting for you to return. In this space, the thief has no power. And the more you practice returning here, the stronger your presence becomes. Slowly, let your awareness settle back into this moment. Feel the air against your skin. Wiggle your fingers or toes if you need to. You've touched stillness. Now, let's look at what happens when we live without it. I want to tell you a story, not of a hero, not of a villain, but of someone who looks a lot like you and me. There was once a man named Elias. Every morning, he woke up to the sound of alarms. Not one, but three. He'd scroll through his phone before his feet even touched the ground. His day was a blur of notifications, half-heard conversations, rushed meals, and mental to-do lists that never ended. He was efficient, productive, always moving. But something strange began to happen. The more he tried to stay ahead, the less alive his life felt. It was as if each day passed through him like water through cupped hands, slipping away no matter how tightly he tried to hold it. One evening, Elias found himself sitting alone in his apartment. The TV was on. His laptop blinked with unread messages, but there was a silence that no device could fill. He tried to remember the last time he'd laughed, really laughed, or noticed the taste of his dinner, or watched the sunset without pulling out his phone. He couldn't. He realized he hadn't really lived the past few months. He had existed efficiently, but not presently. The next morning, something shifted. As he reached for his phone, a thought, quiet but piercing, broke through the noise. What if I just stop? He placed the phone face down, sat at the edge of his bed, and for the first time in a long while, listened to the birds outside, to his own breath, to the quiet pulse of life that had always been there, waiting. That day wasn't spectacular, but it was real, and that single moment of awareness set a chain reaction in motion, a small seed of presence that began to grow. Elias's story is not unique. In fact, it's the story of millions. How many days have slipped through your fingers because you were somewhere else in your mind? How many conversations did you half live because your thoughts were miles away? The good news is you can reclaim it, one moment at a time. In the next part, we'll go even deeper, exploring how to build habits that keep your presence alive every single day, no matter how loud the world gets. Awareness is powerful, but power without practice fades. The stillness you felt earlier, the clarity of Elias's turning point, they can become more than fleeting moments. They can become a way of life. Let's explore a few simple but transformative practices that will help you keep presence alive in your everyday routine. Before the world rushes in, before you check messages, alarms, or headlines, give yourself one conscious breath. It sounds simple, but that single breath is like planting a flag in the ground of your day. It says, I start from presence, not from noise. This habit takes 5 seconds, yet over weeks, it reshapes how your mornings feel. It's a quiet rebellion against autopilot. If one breath can shift a morning, imagine what happens when you bring presence into the next part of your routine. We often rush between tasks like a train that never stops. Work to home, room to room, app to app. But between every 2 activities, there's a moment of transition, a doorway you usually sprint through without noticing. This is where presence hides. Try this. The next time you move from one task to another, pause for just a breath. Notice your surroundings. Feel your feet. Acknowledge the shift. This 2-second pause acts like punctuation between sentences. It gives your mind space to reset. And if presence can live in transitions, it can also live in the moments we often waste the most. Waiting is usually seen as a nuisance, in traffic, in lines, on hold. But these moments are actually gifts in disguise. Instead of reaching for your phone, use them to arrive. Notice your breath, feel your body, observe your surroundings. The world keeps spinning, but for a few seconds, you become still in the middle of it. Over time, this rewires your brain to default to awareness instead of impatience. And what if we didn't just use spare moments, but rewired the core rhythm of our daily routines? Pick one ordinary activity you do every day, brushing your teeth, making tea, walking to your car, and turn it into a presence anchor. For those few minutes, put away distractions. Focus entirely on the sensations, movements, and sounds of that single task. These small anchors throughout your day act like checkpoints that bring you back to now. They don't add new tasks. They transform what's already there. Over time, these anchors weave presence into the fabric of your life. And finally, presence isn't only built in quiet moments. It thrives when you share it with others. The next time you talk to someone, truly listen. Look at them. Hear the pauses between their words. Notice their expression. Most conversations happen between 2 distracted minds. But when one person shows up fully, it changes everything. Relationships deepen, trust grows, and presence ripples outward, turning ordinary interactions into meaningful connections. This habit doesn't just make you more mindful, it makes you more human. Take a moment and notice where you are right now, not just physically, but mentally. Over the past hour, you've taken a rare journey. You exposed the thief of your attention. You stepped into stillness. You heard the story of someone who forgot how to live and perhaps recognized a part of yourself in it. And you learned small, powerful ways to bring presence back into your daily rhythm. These aren't just ideas, they're seeds. If you water them gently, consistently, they will grow roots that no distraction can shake. But presence is just the first piece of a much larger puzzle. Because once you begin to live awake, a new question emerges. What beliefs are holding me back from becoming who I'm meant to be? That's exactly where we're heading next. In Hour 2, we'll uncover the invisible walls built by your own mind, and more importantly, how to break through them. So when you're ready, continue this journey and step into the next chapter. And if you're new here, don't forget, this channel is built to fuel your growth daily. Alongside these deep, transformative long journeys, you'll also find bite-sized wisdom snacks, motivational sparks, and powerful mindset shifts designed to keep you aligned every single day. So make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay connected. Your transformation doesn't happen in 1 hour. It happens through consistent moments, day after day. I'll see you in the next chapter.